Hey, it's Andy here, and just bring a wee quick video on the progress of Bishy so far. Now, this isn't a case of another timescale video. I've actually missed out on a couple because I did have some recording issues, but I shouldn't have any problems going forward. So I thought I'll just quickly show around what I've got so far. So this is the first room that I did have in the time-lapse videos, and you can see here that I've kind of just like finished off the stage, put in the gun at the back, added the support beams across the top, and also the dangling lights, so that's all good. I've also added some objects here into the spawn areas, just it needed something there, and even then I'm going to add some more stuff into the actual rooms themselves just to give them a bit of character. I'm thinking of doing something with this space here, because I don't want to leave it empty. And I've also added the radio box, well, not radio box, the light room up here, which will be used for, well, radio production stuff and lights for the stage and things, which also the pack-a-punch is going to be in here, and the door is going to be sealed off. So, coming back down, we've got two doors which the players can go through, and they open independently, so players can decide whether they want both of them open or just one of them, and that then brings you through here, which again I have redone, and I have added this little area here which is actually there in real life. I've worked a bit on the car park, which I'm happy with. Don't mind that little dude flying here, he's just he's not actually there in the gameplay, he's just a respawn thing at the moment, and the car park is looking okay. The quick revive is here, and I've added a shotgun so players can sort of shoot zombies around this area. At least they've got something to defend themselves with. The cafeteria with this is also a spawn area for zombies. They'll come through this door and then hop over these units here. So this is now kitted out. This area I'm pretty much done with. I might finish off some touches just to add a bit more detail to it. That's what I'm going to focus on last. I've also reworked this so that it's got proper lighting, shadows. It's to give an effect of when it being one of these heat lamp things for food, and adding the trays here. So that's all looking good. Well, if you saw the video, you'll see all these chairs and things were put in, and I've then gone ahead and finished off some of the support beams and reworked this whole area and added in the toilets in. In fact, that's something I've got to work on there. I'll come back to that later. See, that's the handy thing about having a glance around every so often. You find out where you need to make adjustments and fix things here and there, which is all good at the end of the day. I've still got to work on the grass out here, which I will be coming to. I have done it on the other side over here. As you can see, it does look better. I've actually got the brightness turned up because otherwise the capture, well, the recording software doesn't like it being too dark and it kind of screws it up, which I have noticed in the last video that I did. In fact, I'll go down. In fact, this isn't even too dark, and I bet you, if anything, it'll actually look extremely dark in the actual video. So I finished the staircases at either side. This is going to be a spawn point which I'm going to set up. Yes, before I do move on to the either staircase, this area is nearly finished. There's going to be the quick reload here and the first starting box, hooray. And this is all going to be rubble, where again I've got some details to finish up here because that's too sharp and perfect, where you can decide to run up the stairs here and jump down this hole, hooray. But it also then means that zombies can jump down, and it's to open up some possibilities, which I think would be nice. I did have that hole in the original version of this map, but it was a lot smaller and the zombies could get stuck, so that's where with this being built from the ground up again, I can then work on that from the start, and it seems to be working. I did the lockers down here. That bridge opening up there, that's going to be accessible. This is the first reception area, which is pretty much completed. I'm thinking of just I will add a little more detail in there. You can barely see in there in the actual game in any case, but we'll see. Outside, I'm not working on the detail yet. That'll be one of the last things. So, yeah, we've got the air conditioning units here. The staircase. Let's have a look at this one. So this is the first staircase, as beautiful as it may be. I'm not going for like a gruesome look or anything. I'm just wanting it nice and plain, and I like it how it is. It's going to be 2 levels high, so it's not going to be too tall. And this area here, elevator. This area here is going to be a dead end. But what I was thinking of doing, because oh, I love this room. What I was thinking of doing is possibly putting like a very powerful weapon up here, so that it's a risk-reward sort of thing. So players can come up here, they can get a powerful weapon, but they're going to be stuck at the top of the stairs and fight their way back down again. This room here I spent a lot of time on. I really like it. Zombies can spawn in, and then they will attack this window and attempt to get the player. Now this floor has apparently collapsed. Oh no. And there's also going to be zombies spawning in here. So this will be very nice. In fact, it looks pretty nice in the actual game itself. And the whole idea is, okay, this is what the actual room looks like, nice and clean, all the rest of it. The reason why this one isn't affected, I was tempted to make it look partially bad and falling apart, but I thought, well, if I can at least let people see what it's supposed to look like, they go, oh yeah, that looks nice, and what the heck happened here? Whereas upstairs I've gone ahead and made it look like it has collapsed in any case, so this one is sealed off, but you can see, well, it's starting to burn down. Oh dear. So let's pop down here again. So we follow down here. I might make 1 or 2 more accessible ones. I've not finished off placing the doors and things yet, that's still being worked on. Your Moz Cuts Her Hair is playing Hatman. Lovely. So moving on to here, this is the second time-lapse video I did, which was adding this room here, which is the second reception area, which has now been added with some detail. I'll probably add some more stuff in there just to finalise it, and that will make it look a bit tidier. The reason I'm holding off on the detail at the moment is the fact that when I did this back in World at War, I ran out of the number of vertex I could add. The engine just didn't like it. So what I'm doing at the moment is just more or less building the main structure of it. Okay, I'm putting detail in as I go along, but not to the extent that I would like to go. I'm just saving that for later. So again, that's going to be spawn area, and so is this one. And as we come through here, this is going to lead to I'm thinking of a dead end, or I might make a defensive area, because when you come out here you do have this little area, which I'm thinking of making it that you can come in here, but I'm worried that people would try and do trains with the zombies. So I mean, I could leave it in if people really want it to, but it may or may not work. But I think I'll just work on that as I go along in any case. So here we are, the second set of stairs over here. Oh, I've not seen that one. I'm gonna have to fix that. Here we are. So that would take us back to this area, going down that first corridor, and this brings us into the library area. Again, I'm going to have a spawn there, and this area is not finished yet. I've still got all the different bookcases and things to add. I've just added a few desks with some computers. I mean, fair enough, it's not too bad. Oh, I hate it when it auto-saves, it jumps like that. What I'm doing is I'm going to make the box go to this location. I might have a parrot machine, I'm not sure, but I'm going to give reasons for people to go around the whole building, so that it's a case that if people were to just hang around the same area all the time, then obviously it would get kind of boring. This is going to be a reason for people to actually go around. I'm going to work out on some of the outside detail because obviously going to be able to see around here. And so far I'm really happy with the look of this. So if you were to compare it to the real thing, it's very similar. The actual shape of the roof is slightly different. It's actually rounded, but people aren't really gonna see it, and I think it would be a bit too much effort for what I'm going for. So my main objective is actually making it resemble what I know, and then fixing the rest of it later on. So let's see, where am I going now? Ah yes, let's go back to the main area again. So yes, you can come through here, which you'll be able to purchase this door and open up. So I'm giving people multiple routes to take. I've not sorted out the zones and the spawns yet, it's still to be sorted out. This down here is going to lead to the sports area, where I've got some of the detail in. It's not a lot so far. Again, this is going to be another spawn point, and you'll be able to have a nice outlook across the way. And there's going to be a massive hall around here, and it will be a big sort of like massive sports hall. It's going to be like a basketball court sort of size, and that should look fairly nice. The other side of the building, when I come across here, has not been built yet. Like I've got the corridor down here, I've got this staircase, but when you actually get to the top here, there's nothing yet. That's still to be worked on. I've got like the basic shape on. Ooh. Oh, alright, that's why I was clipping into the actual floor. I was thinking, this is way too high. So this I've got the rough shape for, but it's not been sorted. The last part that I'm also working on, this is going to be the bunker itself, which is going to be in here, and you'll be able to get a nice view outside. You'll be able to push this red button, which I've got a nice little sort of flickering effect for. So you come up to here, you open it, well you press it, and then this door is going to slide open. And so far I've got a very basic staircase, but you'll be able to go down it, and this will take you to the bunker. Now the bunker, I'm thinking, will be made up of about 3, maybe 4 layers. The first one being the control room, where you get an overlook of the actual silo. You'll then get what's it called? Can't remember now. But anyway, the first one's going to be like the overlook. Maybe mission control might be the second, and then sort of like engineering, maybe being the third. And then I might make a passageways as the fourth, but I'm thinking of having zombies coming through walls and vents and all that good stuff, but I'll see how it goes. The original one was just a single layer, and even then I'm just redesigning the whole thing, because the original one was a death trap. You went into it, there was a little gate that you could pull down to try and save yourself to reload, but in the end it was actually a very poorly designed area, and it felt kind of rushed, whereas this time I'm actually wanting to spend quite a bit of time on it, perfect it, and make sure it gets done right, so that it feels right. So this has been in progress since about October, and what now is the 19th of December, and so this is going to take a wee bit longer to sort out. Keeps freezing because it's auto-saving. But once it is done, it should be a fairly decent map. It'll be pretty big. I just love the fact that I've been able to get it so people can actually see through the windows. That was something I did want to do in the original. But I've tried doing rooms to scale so that windows are spread out as they should be, and that you can see the rooms. So definitely got a long way to go, because I've got another 2 sides of the buildings. Well, 2 sides of the building to work out. I've got the underground bunker, and even then I've got to work up on the rest of the detail. So it's got a long way to go yet, but I thought I'd give you guys an update on what's currently happening with the map. But what I'd say is that even if you don't know the actual the real building itself, what I would say is even put in suggestions, even what would encourage you. I might put in like a viable ending, say as if on like the last part of the bunker, so that people that like endings can actually work towards something. So I mean, overall, I know it's like a nice project for me, but if anyone else wants to have an input, then by all means I'm more happy to do that. In fact, if someone puts in a suggestion and I see it and I think that looks good, I'll probably put them in the description as a special thanks as well. So timescale for this map, I'm expecting it to be done in about 4 months time. I know it's a while away, but it's a case of I've got other things as well that I'm trying to do, so it's going to be an interesting one, see how this one goes. But certainly I'll keep you guys posted on what's happening with it. I'll be doing other videos as well. I know that I've been focusing on this a lot, but this has been my main thing for the last couple of months now, just building all this, and it is taking time. It's been a long time since World at War. If you guys don't know, I've released a remake of the Nacht Untoten, which I've put on Steam in the workshop, so I'll put a link of that in the description if you're interested in that. But other than that, that's all from me, and I'll hopefully see you guys in the next video.